All right, so what's up, Soul Fam? This is Chris with Soldier of Life, Soul Fitness. I don't know what I'm calling this thing, but today we're talking about um, basically what we're doing here today. So I started this challenge of doing the Murph every day for the next 365 days, and it's for a lot of different reasons. And you probably couldn't tell whatever it's for. But just recently I started another challenge, which is a 1,000 day challenge, and it's not really a challenge per se, but it's really a challenge for myself, just to see how far I can build myself. I don't want to say build myself, but how far I could go with self personal development, fitness, a lot of different aspects in my life. How far could I go if I worked on it? I focused only that. If I focused only on that, and I dedicated myself to that for the next 1,000 days, and which comes out to like 2.7 years or something like that. But there's a big thing that I've wanted to do, a big event I wanted to hold, and I'm not ready. I don't have the financial means for it. I don't have the ability to do something like that. I have no idea what I would do even if I did have the money to do that. But I just always think that most people is when you're in whatever situation you are in life, you kind of wish that you can either do better, or that you knew better, or that you were working on this but you didn't. And obviously, as whoever you are, you kind of know how it goes. You'll go through life, and when life starts happening, you kind of start forgetting what were your goals or passions. Especially since I've been back to America for about a year now. I just feel like if you don't remind yourself, you can just go through the motions and just work every day and not really have a plan, not really want to do anything extra, just kind of do that. I remember when I started my channel and I was doing most of the content about Germany, I asked my mom about how she felt about Germany when she visited. But she told me that, like, all this other stuff, she had such a good time, blah, 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 blah. But then when I started asking her more personal questions, the one question that I asked her, I forgot. I can't even remember what the question was, but I remember she answered to me that she didn't really have any big plans within her life. She kind of just wanted to be happy. She just, wanted to raise her kids, which she did. She did a great job, but she never really had any goals. She never really wanted to do much. She didn't really know. She wasn't thinking about that. She was just pretty much going day by day. And for me, and on the opposite side of the spectrum, I really wasn't close to my dad at all. But the one thing I knew about him is that he was a go-getter. Like, he wanted to do a lot of things, but he didn't. He was the guy. He was one of the first people on our block with a computer, back in the 90s or 80s or whatever. And he always had, like, self-help books. I remember he had, going into, his room, he had, like, hundreds of self-help books back in the day, and that was before the internet. He had hundreds of self-help books, personal motivation, finance books, all that other stuff. But he never fulfilled what he planned, and the ideas that he had in his head. He never did it. And as time goes on, I kind of see those traits in him. My mom always says, like, you remind me of your dad, which pisses me off, by the way. But I've seen that that's kind of who I am, and that's who I will always be. But the only issue is I started doing those bad traits kind of like him. I started seeing myself not finishing the things I said I was going to start, not putting in 100% by anybody's standards, and just really seeing that life was just starting to go. It was just starting to be mundane. I didn't push for anything. I didn't really have those core beliefs that I could actually become, whatever it is that I want to do. And to bring it back around to fitness, I've been doing fitness. Like, I've been working out, hashtag working out, on and off, my entire life. And it kind of fluctuates all the time depending on my situation. I moved to a lot of different countries. It was points where I had, like, no money at all, like nothing. back and forth with different girls at the time, distress in relationships. It was always something, and when you live enough life, you start to see that people can make excuses for anything. I can make excuse why I wouldn't shoot this video. I can make excuse why, I can post a video like this with no voiceover where I'm sitting here doing it. I can make an excuse why I don't have the money I have, or why I'm not in the position that I want to be, or you can make excuses for all this stuff, or you can do that work, and it might take you longer than what you expect it to take. But if you do that work 90,000 times %, you're gonna be where you want to be if you do that work. But most people, 90 whatever, some big number, I don't know. I got a kid and she always says random big numbers that aren't even numbers. But most of the time, people ain't about that work. So basically, to bring it all full circle, I started doing this Murph challenge when I seen a guy named Jimbo Broski. He did a Murph challenge, and I think it was during COVID, where he did the Murph for 365 days. And I literally was gonna go out to the gym that day. I was like, I'm gonna just go to the gym every day, just like normal. I'm gonna start my my not vlog, but like my journey, my 1,000-day journey. Today is day 1. It was on my birthday. I was like, I'm gonna go do this. Day 1, we're just gonna hit the gym like always. And right before I was going, I just wanted to see a couple exercises that might influence me to do something, or whatever muscle group I was working on that day. And then I seen this guy, I think it was like a day 171 popped up on my timeline, and it was like he did a Murph for 365 days during lockdown. And I sat there and I thought about it, and my wife was like, yo, come, let's go to the gym, hurry up. And I was like, bro, like, I feel like this is something that I need to do. Not because I wanted to copy Jimbo Broski, whatever how you say it, Jimbo Broski. Or I also seen that a guy named Graham Stephen, I believe, he did it a couple years back. It's not that I wanted to copy them, but it's because I wanted to dedicate myself to doing something for a year straight, and like I said, it's probably definitely not the best, way to build your body, or it might not be the healthiest way on your joints and all this other crap, you know what I mean? But just like I said before, a lot of people, you can make a lot of excuses for not working out. You can make a lot of excuses why you didn't go to the gym every single day. You can make a lot of excuses why you're overweight, or you're whatever it is, and like in my personal journey, I started getting overweight. I'm in a relationship, I got fat. That's what you do. You get comfortable, you get fat, you buy food, your girl cooks for you, and then she makes fat food because it makes you feel good, and it's a circle. It's a deadly, disgusting circle. So I was like, well, I seen this, TikTok video. I was like, bro, I want to dedicate myself to something every single day. And then I started looking back, and I kind of already knew about, I think it's Ivan, but the Squat Everyday guy, I kind of knew a little bit about him. But there was a couple other people I started seeing, and I was like, this is something that I would like to pursue. It's not that I want to copy anybody, but it's really my motivation to continue working on my 1,000-day challenge videos for the next 2.5 years, which is the bigger goal. This to me just became a byproduct, but the one thing that I facilitate in the 1,000-day journey on my other channel of Soldier of Life, it's like, if you show up every day and you work hard every day, even if it's at one thing, sooner or later that's going to implement into other parts of your life, and this one thing, this Murph challenge, this me working out every day, it's difficult. Like, even if you see in the video, day 1, my back hurts, my legs hurt. I took forever to do this. I think I was out there for like 2.5 hours my first day. I don't even have a vest on with the 20-pound weights like you're supposed to have. My body I was dead after doing this Murph. I was absolutely dead. But it's because my body's not used to doing things like this all the time. I go to the gym, I hit my weights with, heavy weights most of the time, 8, 10 reps, whatever. Good to go. I'm not doing 100 reps on this, or 200 or 300 on this. But it's me getting my body aligned with my brain to physically know, like, hey, we're doing this every day. No matter what happens, no matter if you're sick, no matter if it's raining, no matter if, if you're hurting, this is something we're going to do every day. We're going to get past it. But it's something that I use as a tool to build my resistance. Now, would I continue this after 365 days? Maybe. Probably not. Maybe I'll do something else. I don't know. But that was the whole basis of starting this. And as I sit here staring at the abyss, I'm just thinking about, what have I got myself into? I'm already literally thinking like, bro, I cannot keep this up for 365 days. There's no way. There's no way. But the biggest part about it is you just got to start whatever you're trying to do and then just do it. And it, with everything else in life, it takes that first squat. It takes you putting on your shoes. It takes, hey, just get to the gym. Or, hey, let's just build, whatever you do. Let's get rid of all the clothes that make us feel way too comfortable and, buy all fitness stuff so we're always in a fitness mood. You got to do that. And, and that's kind of what I did with the Murph. It's like as soon as I started doing it, I didn't want to finish it, especially with the setup. People don't see that, but it's like I have to set up my own pull-up bar. I got to set up the camera. I got to set up the battery situation. I got to get a good angle. I got to, what's it called? I got to focus it on myself and then go back and look. And it's a lot of things that go with it. And it's a lot of time where it's like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to continue. This sucks, but you just got to start with the first rep, then the second one, and then, just try to make it to halfway. And then when you're halfway, you count backwards instead of forward, and it's just use any mental thing that you got to continue, and that's what's going to get you on. So that's all I got for you guys today. I hope you enjoy the rest of this Murph. I'll see you on day 2. Peace.